This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. You take the blue pill. The story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill. You stay in Wonderland. And I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes.
Damn, Perk did this?
I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
What's going on, everybody? This is Kings and Dreams back with another live. I appreciate you all tuning in this Saturday. Man, I got a special guest, special guest. Man, we're going to talk about how he came from Philly to what he was doing in Alaska. In Alaska? Yeah. And now my man is traveling the world globally. Without further ado, my brother, Philly Dom. What's good, my man? What's good?
All is well, man. Chilling, man. Relaxing here in Brazil, having a good time. All is well.
Absolutely, man. You know, first of all, I just want to thank you again, man, for coming on my platform. Highly appreciate it, man. Highly appreciate it. I know we were supposed to do this for a while, but you know, busy. I'm busy. You especially busy. I'm like, Philly, where you at, man? You like, hey, you know what? I'm in El Salvador. I'm in Brazil now. Next thing you know, you're gonna be like, man, listen, I'm in Iceland. You all over the place, man. You all over the place, man.
Oh man.
But first things, you know, for the people who don't know who you are, can you just kind of give them a little bit about who you are and what your channel represents?
Okay, my name is Philly Dom. I'm a traveler. I started traveling. I've been traveling my whole life, but I
Right.
started traveling seriously through YouTube. Shout out to I Am Iowa that helped me start my channel. I always remember him for that one. Um, I started traveling a couple years ago. I was working in Alaska, like you just brought up, in the seafood industry. Everybody know I'm from Philly. I don't even have to address that. Anybody that got a hat that say Philly Dom and his channel is Philly Dom. Well, I started working in Alaska partly because I wanted a job that I have flexibility, so I'll be able to go to different countries and different things like that. I was just tired of the matrix, man. I'm tired of the 9 to 5, the same hustle. You got a boss, he's telling you what to do. It's a lot of pressure on you. Before that, I was working. A couple years before that, I was working for Walgreens. Years before that, and it's just like I had to end jobs, but finally I had a job that gave me the opportunity to travel. I was working in a seafood industry as a seafood processor. A lot of people might not know what that is. The seafood process, basically, what they do is that we we process the fish and we ship it out. So cutting the heads off, gutting it out, the whole nine. I worked on the docks. I worked in the plants. I did like almost every job you can name up there. And I just wanted to travel, man. I just wanted to travel, and I would just like plugging in my mind what type of jobs can I get that will give me this opportunity. And then I got into a situation in 2015, and then I was like, man, it's now or never, man. I got to start doing what I want to do in life and stop, trying to please other people. It's a lot of people in the states that I speak for the states because that's where I grew up at. They have jobs and they do certain things to please family members and friends, and they really don't live out their life how they want to do. But I mean, I get it. I get it. You have family, you have kids. I get it. You married. You know what I mean? You might have a good paying job or whatever. But I just was sick of the matrix, like I said before, and I just wanted something different.
Absolutely, man. I get it. I get it. So I want to kind of backtrack a little bit. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
let's start with you growing up in Philadelphia because me growing up in New York City, Philadelphia is only like 90 minutes away, right? So I know Philly. You know, as you mentioned, like anyone that wears Philly is from Philadelphia. Like usually
Yes.
you'll see people who are not from New York that wear like New York hats. But if you wearing anything Philadelphia, whether it be like the Eagles, 76ers, the Philadelphia
Flyers.
Phillies, Flyers, right? Anything Philly, like sports, related, you're from Philly or you're from Eastern Pennsylvania, like around that area, right? And
Yes,
so,
indeed.
and so for so being like really close, gro- Philly is a tough city. So my question to you is that um, going from Philly to where you at now, kind of start that progression, like growing up in Philly, tough neighborhood. So what made you decide that you wanted to travel? Was it something that was always something that you have thought about, or was it like you looked at your life and you said, you know what, like things are just starting to get too frustrated, like I need to figure and do something else?
I mean, I grew up in Philly. My parents were in the church. They did a lot of missionary work. They were Christians. They did missionary work. We traveled to like other countries, other parts of the United States. Also, I ran track for a club team in the summertime. Shout out to Philadelphia Express. And we used to travel to different cities and different places. So that's when I got acclimated to traveling. And to me, it was like a breath of fresh air, man. It's therapy, man. It's therapy from the hustle and bustle. And that's when I would say the bug hit me that I started wanting to travel and go to different places and different places like that. And when you're young, you got to go where your parents want you to go and stuff. But as I got older, I started venturing out and traveling and going different places on my own. And then from there, I just I had to feed that addiction of traveling and
Right.
seeing other places. And I guess the first big step that I did, I grew up in Philly. I ended up going to a school in Pennsylvania called Shippensburg University. After Shippensburg, my mom died when I was there, so my mom wasn't right, so I had transferred schools. So I ended up transferring to a school in
Rest in
Florida.
peace, man.
Thank you, man. A school in Florida called Florida Atlantic University. From there, I got a job working for Walgreens. I'm trying to squeeze everything in real quick for you. Working
No,
for
man,
Walgreens.
take your time. Take your time.
Okay. Oh, take my time. Okay. So I ended up moving to Florida, Boca Raton, Florida. Went to FAU, completed that, finished that, and then after that, I needed a job. So I started working with Walgreens, but right before Walgreens, I was like managing a group and stuff, Shades of Black, and they were an R&B group from the Bahamas, so I got to travel around with them and stuff like that. So I was like, dang, I need a job that's going to, be able to make me travel. I ended up working with Walgreens, corporate America, good job, a manager for them, making good money, man. But I spent a lot of years working for them, man, like almost like maybe 10 years. But I never felt like satisfied. Like I would like squeeze trips in on my, vacation time. In the US, vacation sucks, man. You got to work like 10 years to get 3 weeks off.
Most jobs, yes, you're right about that.
Yeah. So I just wasn't happy. So long story short, Walgreens, the drugstore chain, transferred me to California, to Los Angeles. And from Los Angeles, I was working there, and they transferred me to Moreno Valley, California, which is like 2 hours away, Riverside, California, right there. And when I was working there, I had met another manager there where I was working at from Walgreens, and
Hmm.
she lived in Mexico, Tijuana, Mexico. And I was like, I've never been there. Well, I've been there before, like once or twice, but not really been there. Like, to see besides the party life there.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
yeah, so she ended up taking me to Tijuana, Mexico one weekend. One weekend I was like, I'm off. She like, Philly, I'm off. Let's go down to Tijuana. She showed me, she said she has a house down there. So she was like, took me to the house, to the neighborhood. It's called Colinas de California is the neighborhood. Because usually when you hear about Tijuana, which I never believe the media. If you listen to the media, anybody that want to travel, if you listen to the media, you'll never go anywhere. If you listen to the media, you'll never go anywhere.
That's a fact.
Yeah, and I knew this lady. I worked with her for a couple of years. She's a classy lady. I'm like, she wouldn't be in no hood, no ghetto. She's making good money at Walgreens. Why would she live in Tijuana, Mexico? She took me
Right.
to the area where she lived, the gated community, Colinas, California. I was like, a light bulb hit me. That was my first big light bulb that hit me. Like, Philly Dom, you should move to Mexico. If you say you want to travel to other countries, you want to see something. Tijuana is not a big move. It's right over the right over the border, between San Diego County and Mexico, right there. But
Mhm.
I knew that would get me acclimated with living in another country because they speak Spanish there. I'm paying bills to people that speak Spanish. My light bills in Spanish. My internet bills in Spanish. You have to know some degree of Spanish there.
Right.
So I took a leap of faith, ended up getting a house down there, and I stayed there for a couple years. And that's when I was like, let me start out small. So I started traveling a lot through Mexico. And then from there it just branched out and I just started traveling other places. But I knew that I needed a job. I needed some kind of job that would be allow me to travel for like long periods of time. And that's when I met the guy I Am Iowa. Everybody knows I Am Iowa. He's like a legend in the YouTube travel
Right.
world.
Yeah. Salute to IMY.
Yeah. So I was so after the Walgreens job, I was like, I gotta find a job. I have to find a job to make me be able to travel. So a friend of mine told me about a job in Alaska working in the seafood industry. And I was like, but when he told me the numbers, how much money you can make and the math you can make, I was like, okay, I'm with it. There's no way it's a glamour, what do you call it? It's a glamour job or like you know what I
Right.
mean? It's hard work. It's blue collar,
Yeah.
hard work.
Right. Yeah. It's not. It's definitely not Wall Street. Like you're definitely getting
No,
your
no.
hands. You're physically getting your hands dirty for real.
Yes. But I knew I could get a contract with them to work 6 months at a time, 7 months at a time, and then I would take the rest of the time to go travel to different places. And then when I was up there working, I would, watch the YouTube channels and see the different travelers. And I came across I Am Iowa. To this day, I don't know what he saw in me that when I messaged him and stuff, he would respond back. And he ended up telling me, he asked me where I was at. I told him I'm in Alaska, but I have a place in Tijuana, Mexico. You're welcome to come visit me there. And he said he wanted to go to Tijuana to get some footage. And then he ended up going to Tijuana, Mexico. And we ended up meeting up. And then he helped me start the channel. He told me to go back up to Alaska for one more year. This guy is a genius. He said, go there for one more season. By that time, you'll have 1,000 subscribers and you'll start traveling. After I went that one season, I never looked back. I've been traveling ever since. That's been
Wow.
since late 2019, nonstop.
Yeah. You definitely have traveled nonstop, man. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. And so I kind of want to just talk about how you and I actually crossed paths. So shout out to Big Boss Real Talk. He's actually having his 1 year YouTube anniversary later tonight. So definitely tune into Big Boss Real Talk's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Pacific, because I will be on there celebrating with him. So interestingly enough, like when because I was on a panel with him, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, next week we got Philly, Philly Dom," and I thought your name was Philly Don. So I was like, "Oh, who's this Don from Philly?" Right? So I thought it was like some mafia type thing, but I didn't realize. Like I realized that now Philly Dom is just a shorter version of your real name. So I was like, "Okay, cool." So but when I checked out your channel, like I was like, this guy's everywhere. Then you talked about how you were in Alaska, how you lived in Tijuana, and how you just traveled, like you just basically traveled nonstop. I would say that it takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that, and a lot of times you're by yourself. You're not with like a lot of people. So my next question to you is that what gave you the confidence to just travel alone like that?
I'm I'm an outgoing person. So I always
Yeah.
been like that from my days growing up in Philadelphia. That's
Yeah.
something that they can't give you. You know what I mean? A lot of
Right.
people will travel and be scared to talk to people. Even if I don't know the language, I'll figure a way to communicate with you. I'll find a way. I make friends everywhere I go. I'm just an outgoing person. So I was built for this job. I was built for this job. Like I would say you was built. He's like, if somebody's made for this job, Philly, you made for this job. I'm just an outgoing person. So I survive, you know what I mean? I survive. I figure the lay of the land. I'm good with directions. So once I'm somewhere, I learn it pretty quickly how to move around. I'm not talking like, GPSing it everywhere, but I actually look like old school, like we did in the '90s, and like
Right,
figure it out, and figure it out.
right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hey, man. Let me jump in the chat because I did see a couple of questions for you, and I just want to shout out a couple of people. Well, this is you right here saying cool vibes.
Right.
My man, Garden Scientist King. Salute, salute. Man, my brother from my mother learned to travel TV. Man, I think I converted him to a Medihead. He used to go to Cartagena. Now he be sending me messages like, "Yeah, I'm in Medellin." I'm like, "All right, yeah, I see. That's what's up, man." Shout out to my other moderator, Felicia Jordan. Hello, everyone. Welcome
Alicia,
to Kings and Dreams channel. Wipe your feet at the door. Definitely make sure you guys like and share the video. And if you have not subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel. John Thomas, good afternoon. Kings and Dreams and Philly Dom. Good afternoon, John. How are you, man? Backpack Grizzly. Kings, what's good? Oh man, this is another Philly cat right here. Backpack Grizzly, man.
Philly
He
in the
yeah,
house.
he says the champ thing too. That's a Philly thing. I like that though. What's up, champ? I like that though. It's Jay Clyde. Salute, man. My man Sean, what's the deal, brother? What is going on? As previously mentioned, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have not. Also, make sure you guys hit that notification button. Uh, First question. All right, so Sean asked, how are you able to travel nonstop? That's a good question.
Faith in God. No, we get paid off of YouTube. I'm a travel blogger. We get paid. We get paid off of YouTube. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's a little bit. You know what I mean? And that's how I'm fitting my travels. I got some other stuff that's going on the back channels, but not too much. But I have other stuff going on as well. But the main source that I focus my travel I use is what I make off of YouTube. It's just
Okay.
budgeting. People are helping me out. I get a lot of help. Like you be surprised, man. Like people really help people with their dreams. If like-minded people, if they are into what you into, they will help you. If they see that you really like putting forth an effort and you really trying. So people are helping me too. It's just not me myself, but the bulk is coming from the YouTube channel.
Right. Absolutely, man. And again, make sure that you guys subscribe to our guest, my brother from another mother, Philly Dom, man. Hit that like button, notification button. I think you're creeping up on 60,000 subs, and
Yeah,
this
man.
brother is everywhere, man. This brother is everywhere. XL Pro, salute, salute, man. Track Squad, yes, 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 absolutely. Appreciate you, man. Definitely hit the like button. All right, so Douglas Anderson, he got at you. So he says, Philly Dom, what's up, champ? I just bought a ticket to Chile. You have no more excuses. He's saying you gotta bring. He's saying gotta bring your talents to Chile, man.
No, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. But Brazil's a lot of ground to cover. I want to, check out Argentina. I want to check out Uruguay. I want to check out Paraguay. They all right here.
Yeah.
Bolivia. It's a lot of ground to cover. South America, a big place, man. Everybody go to Colombia, but South America is a big place.
No, it definitely is. It definitely is. Definitely is. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, definitely make sure that you guys support the channel. Hit the Cash App, Kings and Dreams. $1, $2, $5 doesn't matter, man. Any donation, man. I appreciate the love and the support. Douglas Anderson says, Kings and Dreams, walk one. Yeah, I'm there, yeah, brethren. What y'all deal with? Let's see. Learn to Travel TV, Viva Mexico. Also show some support for our guest Philly Dom's Cash App, which is listed below, Philly Dom 75. Oh my man, Gerard, man. Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? That's another fellow traveler, man. He
That's all right.
travels. Yeah, he travels. Like currently right now, he's traveling to motherland. So
That's what's up, man.
yeah, yep. Yeah. Learn to travel TV. Yeah, man. Definitely, guys. Make sure that you guys subscribe to his channel, man. Um, Land Navi. What's Land Navi? I don't understand. I don't know if he was talking to you or someone else on that one. I
I
didn't
don't
get
know. I don't know what he's talking about. Land Navi.
that.
I guess he's
Yeah,
saying navigating through the land. Maybe
yeah,
navigating is the
yeah.
best way.
That's possibly what he could be saying. Yeah, he was also in the military, so I don't know if that means like land navigation or something. So Felicia Jordan says, Philly, you made me want to go to Belize.
That's
Yeah,
cool
yeah,
vibes.
you have some good blogs in Belize, man.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go back, man. You know, I have a son there, man. I have a strong connection to that country. I'm always on the phone every day to Belize.
Oh,
Every day.
really? Oh, okay,
Every day.
gotcha. All right, so JM says, "Hi Philly, what was the biggest challenge you had during the beginning when you became a solo traveler?" That's a good question too.
Just money. Money is a big hurdle, and just trying to navigate and trying to stay within a budget. Because when you travel a lot, it's easy to get out of budget. It's easy to get out of budget. And then when you travel a lot, people come to check you on the road and where you're at, whatever country you're in and stuff like that. And they might be there for 2 weeks and they want you to splurge. Like if I'm going back to the States with you. So it's just discipline with the money. With me, it's just the discipline with the money, and then making sure you got enough money coming in every month, with your jobs and different things that you're doing. Also, I'm doing Amazon now as well. So
There you go.
you just gotta have different, you gotta have different things down the pipeline, to help you. But
Absolutely.
it was the money, and then obviously I have a son. That was that's another hurdle. That's why you guys see me in Central America a lot. It's not because I always want to be in Central America, but I have to be close to where my son at. I don't have the opportunities like some of the other travelers, guys. They don't have kids,
Yeah.
like an Ace Live or a Maiwa or a Check. As far as I know, none of them have kids, so it's easy to maneuver by yourself. So I had to do that. I always had to calculate that. That's why you always see me in El Salvador a lot, and that's why you always see me going back and forth. So more than likely, if I'm in Belize, it's because I'm seeing my son. That's why you see me in Belize.
Right. You know what? That's a good question, and I'll kind of pivot here and ask my own question, and then I'll continue going down in the chat. So you mentioned having a child and not necessarily being able to kind of move as freely as you would like. So I have a young son as well. So what has been like the biggest hurdles about traveling? Has it just been the fact that like you can't go to certain places at certain times when you want to? Because I would say for me, that's my thing, and it's just that I have to navigate around that because certain travelers who don't have kids, they could literally just spin the globe and just point wherever and just say, "Hey, I'm going there tomorrow." Like I can't do that. I have to have everything in preparation.
I'm in the same. Everything has to be in preparation. Like right now, for me, I had an opportunity to come to Brazil.
Hmm.
My son's birthday is October 23rd, man, and I
Right.
know there's no way I'm gonna make it this year for it. There's no way. I was there last year with him for his 7th birthday, but it's
Hmm.
gonna be really hard for me to pivot and to get out of here and go up there. I mean, miracles happen if a couple dollars come in and everything lines up is right. Maybe I'll just take a red eye, go to his birthday, and then come right back down to Brazil. So it gets a little. It's not impossible, but it gets a little bit more difficult when you have a kid. That's why, to be honest, man, if we speaking on this,
Yeah.
it's when people are young, it's better for them to travel because once you married, you got kids, you got a good job, it's hard to pivot and move around.
Right.
And that's what the Matrix does. It's nothing wrong with having kids. Kids is a blessing from God. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with getting married. I don't want nobody like, oh, Philly Dom said people shouldn't get married, they should travel. No, but the more obligations you have, the harder it is to travel. It's not impossible,
No.
but it's hard. It's harder to pivot, to
Yeah,
move
you just
around.
right, exactly. You can't just move like whenever you want. Like you mentioned Ace Live. I'm trying to remember a couple of brothers who don't have kids, or if you have
Maiwa,
yeah,
check.
or I would say if you have older kids that are more self sufficient, then you
You
can
can go.
still move around because like I had mentioned Big Boss earlier, like his both of his kids are in adulthood, like in their mid 20s, I believe. So Big Boss could go whenever wherever he wants to go at whatever time. You and I. So your son's about to be 8. My son is 8 now, so like I have to coordinate things and prepare ahead of time. So I completely understand exactly where you're coming from with that one. Shout out to Big Mike. He says when you finish touring Brazil, come to Chile. Hey man, I gotta say something about Big Mike. Big Mike is definitely the advocate for Chile, man. Like Big Mike, I gotta pull you up on like one of these panels one of these days and just talk to you about Chile, man. Because every like no matter where I'm at, like I'll be on Andre's page, I'll be on Taylor May page, I'll be whoever page, but Big Mike is always talking about Chile, man. So for sure, man. Shout out to you, brother. El Ray says Bolivia got the fine chocolate, black woman, and I think it's Paraguay. I haven't been to Bolivia. Have you been to Bolivia?
I ain't been. I'm gonna go on this trip. You know what I mean? Like I'm in South America. That's why I said I have to, because I'm deep in South. I'm not at Colombia at the top. I'm at the bottom. So, or
Right.
so I'm definitely going. I'll go. I'll find out for you guys. I'll definitely find out.
All right, no doubt, no doubt. Big Mike says Santiago, Chile is highly overrated, a hidden gem. I hear you, brother. Okay, so here's a question from my brother Gerard, man. So, do you guys expense out your travel YouTube channels, i.e., use your costs as tax deductions?
Yes, yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I learned that like last year. Yes, we do. I keep every receipt, and you can use them as tax reduction. Yes, you can.
Yep, absolutely, man. Good question. Actually, big shout out to my man Sean. Just sent me a cash app. I appreciate that, man. Keep the cash apps coming, as you see scrolling at the bottom of your screen. My cash app is right there, man. And any donation is highly appreciated, man. Okay, so yeah, so he did mean land navigation. Okay, that's exactly what I thought that he meant.
Okay.
All right. Oh, Big Mike. Oh yeah, he's talking to Felicia now. Um, Gil, aka MMA fan. Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute.
Yes, indeed.
Absolutely. All right. So with traveling, now I know that you said that you're a people person, so you were able to, you're able to find connections and things like that. Adaptable. I would say adaptable, right? Now,
Yes.
what we see growing up in the United States, when we look at other countries, like you mentioned, Central America, right? Like me, I go to Colombia 6 to 8 times a year. You hear so many negative things growing up here. So I'm my question to you is what kind of made you just say, you know what, I'm gonna be good, like I can't listen to what's going on and what they're saying in the states, whether it be about Tijuana, Mexico, how you have mentioned. Shoot, you're a big advocate for El Salvador, and I'll lead into that with my next question. But what made you just say like I can do this despite what I see in the media as far as the United States?
I'm gonna put it to you completely honest, man. And it's not
Yeah,
even
go ahead, man.
bragging. It's not even bragging or glorifying. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Philadelphia. I grew up. It's always been a lunatic place, crazy city. Growing up, crime, violence, shooting. What could happen if I go abroad somewhere else different? And on top of that, my family's from Haiti. if you watch the news, Haiti always got something going on. So with that background, with my background, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. So that doesn't scare me. I felt, to be honest, talking to everybody on this watching, when I went back to Philadelphia to visit my dad a couple of months back, I felt more danger there than I felt here in Brazil or Tijuana, Mexico, or these other countries, because they do have gang problems and people do get robbed and all that. I'm not saying none of that don't happen, but if you use some street savviness and you learn the lay of the land and you know what not to do and what to do and what not to do, for the most part, you can keep yourself out of the way. Nothing's in 100% in life, but if you follow certain rules, you can keep yourself out of trouble in these different countries, for the most part.
Yeah, that's a great answer because, like, when I first was telling people like how often I was going to Colombia, they would always say, "Oh man, Pablo, didn't you see Narcos?" I'm like, "Calm down." I'm like, man, I'm like, listen, like growing up in the city, whatever metropolitan city, whether it be New York, Philadelphia, anywhere in the DMV, in the South, Atlanta, Miami. Like, I don't want to just start naming off multiple cities, but you guys all know, like, there's danger right there in front of your face, right in front of your face. So it's like when they talk about, oh, it's dangerous in these other countries, there's going to be danger no matter where you go. But the thing about it is that, like, if you know how to move around and make those connections, you'll be fine. And 9 times out of 10, if you're not looking for danger or putting yourself in situations that can put you in danger, 9 times out of 10, you'll be fine. All right, so this person has a question. Shout out to LL. Hi, Dom. How did you end up with a son in Central America on your travels? Where do you reside the longest? Do you ever come back to the States?
Okay. I would say yeah. I would say yeah, but not on the travels. I actually like dated the female, the mother of my son. I actually dated her and we lived together and everything. But I met her in Belize on my travels. One of my friends, a good friend of mine, was deported. I ain't gonna put his name out there. He was deported to Belize. He was from LA. I was living in LA at the time. He kept telling me like to come down to Belize.
Mm-hmm.
And I came down to visit him, and but there's a lot of pretty Belizean women. Belize has a lot of pretty women, so I ended up talking with her, and we met that way. And then she ended up moving to Tijuana, Mexico, with me, where we stayed there for like 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Because I had the house there. Yeah.
Okay. All right. But I assume she's back in Belize because you go to Belize a lot.
Yeah. After we broke up, she went back to Belize. Yes. She's
okay.
Back.
Gotcha. Okay. And
that's
then my fault. Go ahead.
I said that's why you guys see me in Central America a lot. That's why people are like, damn, why is he always in Central America?
Gotcha. Okay. And then where do you reside the longest? That's a good question.
San Diego, California, Tijuana, Mexico. When I'm back this trip, I went to Philadelphia because I just wanted to see my dad because I was in Philadelphia a year before, but just like for 4 or 5 days. So I went, parents is getting older, you want to make sure they all right. So I went to go see him.
Yeah.
And he asked me to stay for Father's Day, so I ended up staying in Philadelphia longer than I did. But when I'm residing, San Diego, California, Tijuana, Mexico.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then that last question, do you ever come back to the States? So like you've already answered that question. So
San Diego, California. That's where I would be
Gotcha.
at. San Diego, California.
Okay. Gotcha.
Or Tijuana, Mexico. Either place. That's where I'd be at. I got places there. I know people. I'm good to go. That's where when I'm in the States. That's where I go.
All right. So Gil, aka MMA fan, says definitely go to the is it Malecon? Malecon, there's a spot across from Club Miami to eat and priceless view of the ocean. Also go to the Umbrella Street area.
Is he talking about Salvador, Bahia, Brazil?
Oh, you know what? I think he might have been talking to someone else. I did think that he was
Okay.
talking to you. Sorry about that, man. Sorry about that. Okay, now this question is directed for you. So is it difficult to travel around the world without without keep all right, so all right, so I'm gonna read this question. I'm gonna have some tact. Come on, JM. But yeah, all right. So is it difficult to travel around the world without having more kids in all of these countries?
Hold on, it's a noise. Hold on, let them go by. I'm
All
like on
right,
the main drag here.
all
Literally on
right,
the
no
main
worries, man.
drag where everything is at.
No
Let
worries,
me,
man. No worries.
oh, come on. Let me close the window. Let me close the window.
All right, all right. JM, man, you funny, man. That was a funny question, though. JM, you funny, man. You know you got to laugh at yourself just for saying that question. That was hilarious.
Yeah. No, I only have one kid. No, I don't go around making kids here and there. I was in a committed relationship when I had the kid. It wasn't like a one night stand and I kept it moving. No, we started dating. She moved up to Tijuana with me. We were in a relationship.
Gotcha. No, but no. His question was, no. What his question was that are you going to find it difficult to have more kids as you're traveling? That's basically what he's getting at.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, not right now. I'm happy with the one son. I'm happy with the
Right.
one son right now. You know, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff going on with that, so I don't want to have another kid right now. You know, with all going on. I like to get that situation under control. So, no, I won't be making no more Philly dimes around the world.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So Gerard says, and shout out to Gerard, man. I appreciate the Cash App. Just got it, man. Appreciate that, man. So definitely just make sure that you guys, show some support on the Cash App. Doesn't matter if it's $1, $2, $5, man. You know anything, man. I just appreciate the love and the support. All right. So Gerard says, especially if you have a family, you have to consider childcare. Who's taking care of the house, cars, bills, and etc. Yeah, you know what? Exactly. So this is why, and I think I can speak for Philly Dom as well. When we travel, we have to have those things in preparation, because like when you leave, you got to make sure like that, as you mentioned, who's taking care of your kid, and making sure all of your bills are paid and cars and all that stuff. So, absolutely, got to have that preparation as opposed to when you are childless or spouseless, you can just go whenever or wherever you want. Definitely make sure you connect with me on Instagram. Kings and Dreams. It's easily spelled the same way. KING Z, the letter N, and then Dreams with a Z. It's on Instagram, and of course, make sure that you guys are liking and following my channel. LL says, I didn't know that Bolivia had black women. How cool! Oh, okay. He's talking about other people. Man, so this is what I'll say, and it actually leads into my other question here. LL, so you would be surprised at how many places have black women, like outside of just the United States and typical areas that we know that they have black, not just black women but black people. And so Philly, my question to you was is that recently you were in El Salvador, and
Yep.
I appreciate your El Salvador vlogs because like El Salvador was one of the places, not like anything to disrespect the place, but it was kind of lower on my list. And then watching your vlogs and listening to you talk to, I think, D, yeah, you talked to
Yes.
D, yeah. So that actually kind of put that like in my I would say top 5 countries to visit. So it kind of pulled it up the list. And throughout your travels, you discovered that there is a Afro Latino community in El Salvador. So traveling to these places. First question, two-part question. First question, first part is that do you travel these places looking to see if they have an Afro community? And then second part is that um, when you discover that, what was it that enticed you to kind of make that an emphasis throughout your travels?
I guess since I'm a black man, so when you go, you want to see people that look like you. So
Right,
wherever I go, I try to find out if it's black people there and different things like that. I've been going to El Salvador for a while. I knew one black guy there, and it's funny. You're Jamaican. He's half Jamaican. His dad is Jamaican, and
yeah,
his mom is El Salvadorian, but he was born in El Salvador.
right,
But I didn't know that they had black people there. Let me tell you how I knew. One of the subscribers from the channel was like, Philly, you should try to do some vlogs on the black people in El Salvador. I'm like, there ain't no black people in El Salvador like that. And he said, yes,
right,
it is. And then he connected me with some people. And then that's one connection led to another. And I started meeting up with them and finding where they at. And then I was asking my friend D, and she was like, well, where my mom is from, some of them look like they're mixed. I was like, she said, I know they're black. They have black in them. And went from there. Went from there, and I started meeting them. But I make it my business now to always go where they're at, like to find out where they're at. Yes.
okay, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Um, yeah, definitely make sure that you guys check out Philly Dom's channel because that El Salvador blog where you talk about the Afro Latino community was great, man. And again, just make sure that you guys are liking and subscribing to my channel and hitting that notification bell. All right. So Gerard says, how do you keep up with watching football? The Eagles are doing pretty good right now, man. So he says, I know Philly Dom is an Eagles fan. The
To
Eagles
the
look
end.
like they're gonna take the AFC. I mean the NFC. Whoa, I don't know about the NFC. I'll say that they look the NFC East. I think it's gonna be between Philly and the Giants because Dallas looks done. Not the transition from traveling, but we got to get a little
No.
football out here, right?
Yeah. No, I
Yes.
do. I do. I don't watch the games like that. Sometimes it's hard to watch the games, but you can watch the highlights and stuff. Plus, I got a
Right.
good friend, KK. He's out of New York City. Shout out to KK.
Yeah.
He always hits me on Instagram and lets me know the Philly scores. He's from New York. He's a Giants fan. He always lets me know the score every week. He updates me like literally. This guy updates me and lets me know. This is my boy, man. 100 grand, man. So I get
Right.
to know what's going on.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Let's see. Thanks for answering. Thanks for answering. Cool. Glad that you got to know her. I hear stories of American men just traveling to get it in. Much respect and God bless and protect you. Yeah, well, the thing is, man, like it's not only just that, and I think that has kind of spun. I think that's kind of spun into a narrative that just isn't true, where it's just I would say for entertainment purposes. So I'll ask you this question, right? Now, with LL saying that you hear about American men just going around just to, hook up with women and things like that. Now, from what I've experienced, I would say most of them don't do that. I would say most of them don't do that. Now you have your some that go and take care of what they got to take care of, right? But I would say most of them typically travel to actually gain some education and get some experience. What say you?
I mean, I'll date, and different things like that. But it's different. A lot of guys that do the pay and play,
Yeah,
I'll break it down into categories. The guys that I travel a lot, so I met every walk of this travel life.
right.
The guys that do pay to play, they usually only go to a country for a couple weeks, a couple weeks, maybe a month, and then they go back to wherever they're from. But once you settle down in a country and you're gonna sit there in that country and you like this is gonna be my home, you're gonna be looking for a girlfriend.
All
And
right.
then you have the other guys that do come for a couple weeks. and they meet a girl, and they you know, they feel the vibes, they connecting, and they make like a long distance relationship, and they keep going down to that country to visit that woman that they meet.
Right.
But no, the pay to play is like, that's overrated. They overrated. Is if you just coming down for a week, how you gonna find a relationship? If you gonna be down there for 2 weeks, how you really gonna find a relationship? Like, you know.
Right.
So these guys come down. You know, I'm not saying what they're doing is right or wrong. They come in to have a good time whatever country they go to. But if you're gonna sit in a country for a while, you're gonna be looking for like a significant other.
Right. All right. So my man Garnet Scientist says, Philly, that's a fact. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, now in LA. I think our chances to catch a bullet in our cities is much greater than is happening in the countries we visit. Man, listen, absolutely. I've been to Philly. Shoot, man, I've been to Philly. Let me tell you, man. Listen, I used to be on South Street like a lot. I used to be on South Street a lot. Man, so yeah, Philly gets it in, man. And Newark, I went to high school in Newark, man. Shout out to Flyboy Way. He and I went to high school together. So yeah, it's something, man, definitely. So I agree with what Garden Scientist is saying. Big Mike says, I highly recommend checking the city of Belo
Horizonte.
While you're in Brazil, Philly Dom.
I got a story about that. I was supposed to go there. I had a tour guide set up and everything. And I was talking to this other chick in Sao Paulo. And she was like, told me just to go straight here to Salvador Bahia and then make my way back down. But I actually passed through Belo Horizonte on the bus. But that was the first go-to place. I was gonna go there for like 2 or 3 days and come here. She was like, no, Philly, just get out of the area completely, go up there, and then make your way back down, and then you can sit there a little longer. But everybody tells me to check it, Belo Horizonte. So it must be something there. There must be something there. Everybody keep telling me to go there.
I'll be looking for the content.
It's coming.
Don't yeah. Oh, I know what it is. Don't be surprised if the content's there tomorrow. Let me tell you, man. Philly is full of surprises, man. Like I wake up and I'm like, this dude is where? Oh man. It is hella difficult to not have kids with all these women, especially. Oh man. All right, savage. I get you though. Yeah, man. So, hey, be careful out there, Gerard. Be careful.
He going in.
Right. How about you bring your son and woman back to the States? Absolutely not, man. Do you know how expensive things are here? Come on, Khalil. Nah, man. Nah.
Never do that. Never do that. If you meet a girl and you love her, you want to be with her, move to where she's from or move to a neutral country. For some reason, when they hit that America, things always go south. But I don't know why. When they hit the U.S., it goes south for some reason.
Modern woman, I could do bad all by myself, and it's all bad because you all by yourself. We'll leave it there, but I could go down that rabbit hole. We'll leave it there, man. Man, definitely make sure that you subscribe to my brother Jay Clyde's channel. Definitely support that brother. Yeah, man. I gotta do a live with Jay Clyde, but what I want to do is since Jay Clyde and I we travel to Medi a lot, so I'm gonna do it while we're both like on location. I think that's gonna be dope. All right, so Gerard says the funny thing about traveling to foreign countries and safety. Hold on. Okay, so what's funny about traveling to foreign countries is safety. Many of them are less infrastructure wise than the United States, but are way more safe than urban centers in America. I agree.
100%.
I agree.
100%. And in some countries, they don't even like. You can Google it. You can fact check this on this. A country like El Salvador, the gangs. You hear this? The gangs have they have zero tolerance. They don't mess with foreigners because they know that will bring a certain type of heat to what they're doing in their country. So they have what is it? They have no tolerance to deal with any foreigner. They will not bother foreigners
Right.
in El Salvador. So you just got to be safe. You can still get pickpocketed. You can still get robbed. You know what I mean? I'm not saying nothing is 100%, but you just got to, take precaution.
Yeah. I mean, those are pretty much like low level criminals. But if we're talking
Yeah.
like the OGs are not gonna
Come at
mess
you.
with the Americans because they don't want heat. They don't want the pressure. Because the thing is that you mess with too many Americans, like the United States is they're not going to be happy, and it's going to cause a lot of problems. A lot of problems, man. All right, so Big Mike says, at Philly Dom, I guarantee you will have a great time in Belo Horizonte. It's a
Okay.
hidden gem in Brazil. No tourist prices, very cheap nightlife prices.
Okay. That's what's up. Definitely, I'll
Yeah.
make it there.
Thought I had to sneeze there. Okay. All right. And then Master Marks, shout out to you, brother. Respect, bro. I appreciate you, man. My man Master Mark on the check-in. All right. Uh Philly Vision 215. All right, so we got another Philly in the
That's
building.
my boy right there. That's my boy right there. I know exactly who that is. Shout out
All
to
right,
him.
no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, man. So he says, blessings to the brothers and the chat. South Street is not the place right now. It's that bad. The best place right now, the best place right now is wherever your your passport takes you. Unplug from the matrix. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. Philly Vision. This was like this was like 15 years ago. Yeah, this wasn't just now, man. Man, I just seen a video on South Street that came out like a month or two ago, where they had like an open shootout. Like I was like, wow, like it was wild, but it was never that wild. At least when I was there, it
Let
was
me
never
say
that
something.
wild.
Let me say something on that. I think you're talking about 2 or 3 months ago. I was in Philly. I was in that area the night before they had that incident. That's crazy. Philly is out of control.
Right.
Out of control.
Yeah. Most certainly is, man. Most certainly is. Let's see. Khalil says, I'm thinking about the opportunity for the child, brother. Listen, man, you know, the thing is that we are raised in the United States to think that United States always has the best opportunities. That's not to say that United States doesn't have opportunities, but other places also have great opportunities, man. So even though that was a comment for Philly, but I just wanted to chime in there really quickly. What say you, Philly, or you don't have any?
I agree with you on the same thing. And a lot of people don't know this because when you live in the States and you don't travel, you don't use your passport, you don't your everything is limited to you. Even though it's a rich country, I'm not taking nothing away from the US. Everything I got came from there. But it's other options in other places. But we all just focus on the kid situation and all that. If you really want to be technical, people might get mad when I say this, but I'm gonna say it on your channel. When white people travel, they take their family anywhere, Africa, Haiti, wherever they want to go, and they figure it out. It's only with black people, oh, we got to go back to the U.S. Oh, if you get a kid, you got to take them to the U.S. White people travel, go to other countries with their family and live there. I've been on the road, and I've met whole families. I'm like, dang, dude got 5 kids, and he took them to Brazil, and they live here, and they from the States, and they're a white family. But
That's
when
a fact.
with blacks, we all scared, like, oh, we can't live out without the U.S. Without the U, oh, there's a bunch of stress in the U.S. in the Matrix, bunch of stress.
Right. And not only that, man, we're tolerated. Go where we're appreciated.
That's true. That's true. You're 100% right about that. He said we tolerate it, go where we appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Peace, peace, Jay. My brother Philly Dom. I need your 3 top spots to hit in El Salvador. Great question or statement, rather.
That's easy. Definitely, you want to go to San Salvador, which is the capital. It's modern, movie theaters, malls, all the restaurants. You'll feel comfortable there. People speak English there. A lot of El Salvadorans pride themselves on speaking English. So Salvador, you definitely want to go to El Tunca. You want to go to El Tunca because that's like the little beach hippie town. That's the number one place to go in El Salvador. El Salvadorians get mad about this because they're like, oh, we have better beaches and places like that. But El Tunca Beach is known for surfing. If anybody didn't know about surfing, surfing is big in El Salvador. They have big surf tournaments. People come from all over the world to go there. They have some of the best waves in the world. I got a friend there, Lex, man, he's a surfer there, man. So you definitely got to go to El Tunca, and then you want to go to San Miguel, which is another big city there that has a lot of good things to do, and it's thriving. That's the up and coming city right now in El Salvador, San Miguel.
Nice. All right, so San Miguel, San Salvador, and what was it?
El Tunca. El Tunca
Okay.
Beach. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's my country, man. That's my country. I know that place backwards and forward.
All right. Hold on. So Gerard said there's a drug called PrEP. Please look into it. Protects against the bug at a 99% clip.
I heard of it.
Oh man, Gerard, you a wild boy. All right.
This guy.
Poppy Blanco TV. Hey, yo, salute to you, brother. Hey, man, shout out to Poppy Blanco TV, man. Subscribe to him. He's a Afro-Colombian. Believe he's from Cali or the coast over there, man. So definitely make sure that you guys check him out. Salute to my guy Kings and Dreams. Respect to the chat. Man, I'm doing well, man. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. Habla Camingo TV. You guys definitely make sure you guys check out his channel too, because if you guys want to learn Spanish, this brother can teach you some. He can teach you Spanish quickly. He also has some great videos as far as situational Spanish too. Like whether you're at an airport, whether you're at a restaurant, or whatever the case is, sometimes you just need Spanish, to get things done quickly for you. And he has videos that can help you out as well. All right. So he says, had this conversation about PrEP earlier this week with his biochemist. People are hardly misinformed about what PrEP can do, what PrEP can actually do and doesn't do. Yeah, all I'm gonna say is, man, just protect yourself and just be safe out there. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, so this is the link for Hablo Camingo's TV right here. Definitely, guys, make sure that you subscribe to his channel, hit the notification bell if you have any interest in learning Spanish, and overall, just a dope brother, man. That's Obi-Wan Kenobi right there, man.
He's like Obi-Wan Kenobi right there.
Oh yeah, he just has a lot of knowledge, man. Yes, man. Someone was deleted on South Street last weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, man. That's sad, man. That's sad. I used to have a lot of fun on South Street, and
back in the day.
Yeah, no problems, man. No problems, man. Valuable info at Philly Dom. Preach. Philly Dom and Dreams, both of your families left your home countries to come to America. So you know the opportunities for a child here in America. You're just worried about her being Americanized. Well, okay, so that's part of it. That's part of it about at least for me, the Americanization. But also those were different times back then. So there's different times now that there's more opportunities globally now. So I think that's a little bit of a misinformed statement there, Khalil. What say you, Philly Dom?
Oh man, let me read that statement again to make sure I understand everything. Okay. It's like, I agree with you. It's different times now. A lot of countries have a lot of opportunity. America is not the only country with opportunities. It's a lot of opportunities in America, but I made up in my mind once I took that leap of faith and lived in Mexico. I made up my mind that I wasn't gonna never like really live in the US. So I already knew that comes with a wife, a kid, a girlfriend. And anybody I date or talk to, I tell them, like, if this gets serious, we're not moving to the States. But people can always throw that Americanized thing out there. I years ago, I made that decision that I wasn't gonna live in the States, and there wasn't no woman involved in that decision. It was just like I don't like the U.S. far as living there. Not as a bad country. My family's there. They're doing well there, but I just want to explore other options in other places. I always knew growing up in Philadelphia that I was bigger than Pennsylvania, bigger than the United States. I had dreams of being other places. This was implanted in my head at a very young age.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I feel you, man. So let me ask you a couple of questions because we're at the 1 hour mark and I want to keep it around the 90-minute mark here.
No problem, champ. I'm here. I'm here for you, man. It's not a problem.
No, I know, but I know, but still, man, still, like I got stuff to do too because I
Yeah.
want to relax a little bit and I got to be on Big Boss's live later, and so
It's true.
that's his 1 year anniversary. So and I got a game tomorrow morning, so I know with Big Boss his live is gonna be big, man. So I got to hold it down for my brother because he held it down for me, man. But so let me ask you this question here. With traveling, what was the place that was the most pleasantly surprising, and then what was the place that you traveled to that you had anticipation for and maybe did not live up to your expectations?
I'm going to say El Salvador because before I went to El Salvador, a lot of people told me, with the gang situation, how dangerous it was, and this and that and yada. The way they talk, like once you jump off the plane, they're gonna rob you at the airport. the way they put it, how the media put it, and people, and it's not even. I can't even with some of these countries. The stories done took a life of their own. It's not even the media; it's the people from that country. To put down, I get mad when people put down their country. I hate when you put down your country all the way. They told me it was gonna be this and that, and I landed. I was in San Salvador. It's malls, it's movie theaters, all that violence they said. I didn't see none of that. Even now, when I go, that violence that they say, I don't see none of that. I was in Tijuana. The violence they say and what they said it was. If you in this part of town, it's bad. If you're in this part of town, it's good. They was like, Philly, if you don't want no problems, you stay here. If you want some problems, go over here. Something could happen. And the country that I don't think no country really let me down because I'm just happy to go to the countries and enjoy the culture and the people. So I don't really go to some countries with like a big expectation. If anything, it exceeds my expectation. The places I go to, they exceed it because I'm already, just being from the States. They putting stuff in your ear. If you listen too much to the media, if you listen too much to friends and family members that never traveled to none of these places, watched a couple news clips on YouTube or some Instagram or some Facebook message, and they know everything bad about this country, but they ain't never been there.
That's a big fact. That's a big fact. Like, all right, so yeah, you believe everything that you see on TV? Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man.
Exactly, man. So my next question is that which place that you've traveled to that has had the best food, and which place that let's go with best food for right now.
Tijuana, Mexico. Well, Mexico. I love their food. I mean, I would be biased. I grew up on Jamaican food. I grew up on Haitian food. My family's from the West Indies. So all my life I've been eating Jamaican food, Haitian food, Trinidadian food. You know what I mean? I got some friends from Africa, Nigeria, Ghana. I've been eating their food too. But consistently, Mexican food. It's always been consistent. You can pick a hole in the wall in Tijuana, Mexico, and get the best meal you ate for the year. And you'd be like, this is impossible. This can't be possible.
Right. Yeah, well, the crazy thing is, so shout out to QB Passport Flex, and I did a live with him. What was it, like 2 weeks ago? Man, yeah, I'm just, man, I've been back at it heavy, man. So, but shout out to QB Passport Flex, and I did a live with him, and we were talking about how good the food is in Mexico, but like whether you watch it like TV show or movies or whatever, and they would say, "Oh, you got the Mexicans cooking in the back," and that would be like a joke, running joke or whatever.
Yep.
But the thing is that like, so if they're able to cook all these different types of food, then they really got to be some good cooks because like um QB was talking about how like they got like soul food down there now, and um whether it be like Chinese food, Italian food. So that they're very diverse with their food, man. So I will say this. I will say this. I haven't been to Tijuana, but I've been to Cancun, Playa del Carmen. Been to Isla Mujeres. Man, I feel like I'm missing something. But kind of in that
Yeah,
area.
Bacalar and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. They have some really, really
Oh
good
yeah.
food over there, man.
Oh
Really
yeah.
good food over
The food is good. Mexico is second to none, man. That food is consistently because I when I eat good food, when I say what good food is to me is like I have to go to different parts of your country and try your food, and it has to be
there.
consistent. Some countries I went to, it might have been good in this one city, and you went to another city and it was bad. And then you asked me a two part to that. The worst food, that's easy, and you already know what I'm gonna say. If you travel, you already Colombian food is not good. Their food is not good. That's the only downside for Colombia. Their food is not good. You have to eat. The last time I went there a couple months back, I actually ate good food, but I was with my boy, New Jersey Nomad. And, he's a baller, so we eating at like top-notch spots.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't have to go 5-star every night to get good food. If you got good food, it should be good street food. It should be good, the mid-level food, and then if you want to go upper notch. In Colombia, we had to go upper notch to get good food. And I told him, this is the first time I've been in Colombia that they had good food. And he was cracking up. But the food is not good. It's bland. That's it. That's the truth.
Well, I would say it depends on where in Colombia because like around like the coast, where like Cali, Colombia, they do have good food. But like there's a lot of there's a lot of melanin in that area. So I'm like, okay, there we go. I understand the difference. I love Medellin, but man, I know I'm gonna get killed because I got some people from Medellin watching.
They
Besides,
watching.
I love y'all too. I love y'all
the
too, man.
The truth is the truth, man. You know what I mean? The truth is the truth.
Right. Yeah, came over to show you love. Yeah, man, definitely, man. I appreciate you, bro. Yes, let's definitely get those likes up. Yeah, man. Subscribe to Poppy Blanco TV. Yeah, man. Check out his channel, man. At Good Afro Colombian guy, man. Razor Rays, double R's in the building. Salute, guys. I've already been subbed to Philly Dom. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Of course. We appreciate that, man. Double R. All right. So he just subbed to you, Poppy Blanco. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right. So Big Cap. Oh man, salute to you, brother. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I saw you on the stream shouting me out last night, man, for Red Lipstick Vibes. Ayo, what's good, everybody? I pray the money gods bless y'all pockets today. Man, listen, speak that into fruition. I got some big bets coming tomorrow. Let's see. Just chat. Just chat. I will like everyone. Okay. He's talking about his channel. Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. We're talking about Belize. Easily, there's no opportunities. Philly Dom, you're traveling with the American dollar in your pockets. Yeah. Okay. And that and see, and that's the mentality. Like you want to spend less and earn more. Am I in Medi now? No, I'm in the States right now, brother. Let's see. I'm trying to get to some of you comments, man. Okay. I just mentioned QB and he popped up. Facts. Yes, sir. Um, Definitely make sure that you guys, support our guest, Philly Dom. Again, he is closing up on about 60K subs. Man, this guy's everywhere. New content daily. I mean daily. Like I don't think I've ever seen a day where you didn't drop a video, man. Seriously. Like when you go like under the like people that you subscribe to and usually like they have that blue button like that little blue dot means that they dropped the video. Like
Uh-huh.
every day, like I never see like the dot is gone. The dot is always there, man. QB says food in Mexico is A1. Yeah, man. Salute to you, Philly. I'm sorry, I was gonna say Philly Don. Salute to you, QB. Chapapa TV. What's going on, man? Yeah, man. You mentioned that your people are Haitian, man. Chapapa, man. Haitian too, man.
Yeah, sac passe. Como ye, sac a fait.
He said Philly, I sent you my math.
Yeah, I see it. I see it. I see it. I just didn't
Okay.
put it in, man. I got a little busy the other day, but I see it.
You know what? You know what I would like to see, man. I would like to see. I would like to see y'all two and Life in Haiti with Marie do a live, man. Like, dude, yeah, the Haitian link up, sock by say something, sock up fat. I don't know, man. But I think that'll be dope. I think that'll be dope, man.
That's cool.
And you guys are three strong content creators, man. Very strong. Um, Oh, he says QB is sleeping on Chile, and there's snow bunnies there. I hear you, man.
Yo, he pushing that agenda, boy. That
A Big Mike. Oh man, listen, Big Mike does this daily, man. I'm telling you, Big Mike. I hope you're getting a sponsorship, bro. I hope you're getting a sponsorship for Chile, man. Um, I like the food. I like food in Colombia. It depends on which part. Cartagena, Cali, Medellin, all got different food. That's fair. That's fair to say. That's fair to say. I would
yeah.
say in Medi, Medi just leave little to be desired, man. It does. It does leave little to be desired. Like Philly's right. Like you gotta go to a top notch restaurant, or you gotta or like I would say that they're like I would say like their grilled chicken is good, but even though you might have to like put a little bit of some seasoning yourself on it. But oh
Oh
man,
my god. Oh
all right.
man.
Look, you guys are getting me in trouble, man. I'm missing my WhatsApp. get hit. Anyway, man. All right. So he says Saka. All right.
Sac a fait, nay. What's going on? Like going on, guys?
Oh, okay. All right. In the streets with Keith, man, my brother. What is going on, man? In the streets with Keith, man. This is another great content creator, man. You guys definitely make sure that you guys subscribe to his channel. I hopped on a panel with him. I got to get you on here in the streets with Keith for a one-on-one, man. I got to get you on here soon. But he says that's a fact. Philly does drop a lot of content for sure. Um, Great interview with the DJ in Sao Paulo.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Grego 712. Salute to you, man. Salute to you. I appreciate you. Philly and I are gonna turn Brazil upside down. Oh man, that's right. I forgot the Zoe. Oh man, the Zoes is in Brazil.
Oh yeah, and I know he know other Haitians there too. Because I'm looking.
Oh, you know what? See, you know what? That's I just came up with the concept for the live. I'm just saying I need like 25% of them cash apps you guys get. See, I came up with the concept though. So there it is, man. There it is. You guys do a crazy live. I know it's gonna be good, man. I know it's gonna be good. Hey Alex, thank you for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. I did see a message So to answer your question, and I'll respond to you privately as well. But I moved it to it's next week Saturday. So not today, next week Saturday. All right. Definitely, guys, make sure that you subscribe to QB Passport Flexing, and he's also on the verge of 1,000 subs. So let's push him to the point where he gets 1,000, man. Let's push him.
Yes,
Uh,
indeed.
so the topic today, Alex, is that I'm talking with my brother Philly Dom about his journey where he grew up in Philadelphia, then he relocated a couple of places in the United States, and then now he is a full-time traveler globally. So that is what we are talking about. Habla Camingo TV dropped the link. Okay, yeah, I know what he's talking about. I know what he's talking about. And somebody always saying drop the link, drop the link. Yeah, it's not one of those ones, man. But I'll definitely bring Philly back, and maybe we'll do a panel, and then we'll drop the link. Okay, man. So um, last couple of questions before I get you out of here, Philly.
No
Um,
problem.
what is the most important what is the most important thing that you learned throughout your travel experience, and what do you think that people will appreciate the most out of traveling?
Just meeting other people. Just it's a cultural thing. Just meeting other people from other cultures that don't speak your language. People that eat different foods from the foods you eat. They think different than how you think because they grew up in a different country and the mindset is a little different. And just collaborating and coming together and we help each other, man. It's the vibe is second to none, man. Like you can live in the States, you can live in New York and you go to LA, even though it's different parts of the United States, it's still similar in ways how a country is run and how certain stuff is run. But when you go to these other countries, you learn a lot of new things, new language, new food to eat, just new opportunities. It opens up a lot of doors that you wouldn't have if you just limiting yourself to a certain place or a certain region. But it's the culture. I love, being submerged in these different cultures and meeting different people and making the connections with friends and just meeting people in these different countries is a big thing for me.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, with your channel, what's the most important thing that you want people to get from when they watch your content?
That you can travel and you don't have to be rich because I'm not rich. Because a lot of people, one of their biggest reasons for not traveling, besides safety, I don't have the money. You can still travel. You can still travel. Look at Philly Dom doing it. I am nowhere close to a millionaire, and I'm doing it. And it's possible for you to do the same. Because if you ask anybody about traveling, I think that place is dangerous, or I don't have the money. That's the two things that always come up that stop people from traveling.
Right. So finances and safety.
Yes.
Gotcha. And that's a great point. That's a great point. That's finances and safety. Yeah, because people always say, "Oh, well, I'm not sure if I can afford it." But people, quick to say, "Oh, I'm going to Vegas or I'm going to Miami." Like I'm like, really? You can do all that, and then they'll get a hotel on South Beach. That's like,
like 500 a night.
yeah, right. Exactly. It's like five,
1,000.
it's like 500,
Yeah.
right on South Beach and in the heart of South Beach, and then it's like, oh, it's lit, and they go to all these clubs, bottle service like $400. Man, listen, let me tell you something, right? So there's a spot in Medellin I go to. It's a dance hall club, right? Dance hall club. Now, let me tell you, I get the whole VIP section. I get the whole VIP section and five to six bottles for less than $200.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's it. I'm just
That's
saying.
That's it.
Yeah, that yeah.
No, I know that, but other people be like, "Whoa, wow."
Right. And right. But what I'm saying is that like you go to these spots out here, you know, you probably stuck in some corner, and you know, people probably got the biggest VIP section because they got like 10 bottles or whatever the case is. But I'm saying you get 4 bottles, you get the whole VIP section. Last time, shout out to my man Wiz Chuck. I was down in I was in Medellin with him. This was back in May. This is back in May, and went we went out there and walked in there. Like there was some people that was dancing there, whatever. But once we got in there, we kicked them out. We was like, nope, this is us. Had the whole section, man, for less than $200, man. So we talking like what 185, 190. You know what I mean? Like
never do that, Miami. Never do that.
You
in
know,
Miami.
in Miami,
Boston, New York, LA, Philly, it would never happen.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Hold on a minute. Now that you in Brazil, which place got the most baddies out of all you've been? Shout out to Sean. Hey Sean, I was about to go there, man, but he took it right out of my he took it right out of the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead, man.
I'm gonna say Venezuelan. The Venezuelans. I ain't been to Venezuela, but obviously anybody that been to Colombia been to Venezuela because there's so many Venezuelans in Colombia. Venezuelans, man. Or we could say Africa. The best looking girls reside in Africa, but no, Venezuela. With my own 2 eyes, like Venezuelan, from what I can.
Yeah.
Brazil has a lot of what Brazil has, and I see why a lot of brothers come here now. Like that's why I like traveling. You can pick up pretty quickly when you go to these countries. It's just the same drill, but you pick up pretty quick. The women here, and they can't all be putting on acts. They're just like what's the word I want to use it? They're more refined, like they're classy. I see why the brothers come here. I see why the brothers would come here. But obviously they have it's a lot of beautiful women here, but the women are easy to get along with. I'm talking to brothers here that are like dating girls from here, have kids with girls. I'm talking with them. The brother that I did the video with the other day. I don't know if you saw the videos I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was a brother, yeah. Willie, I call him Willie Brazil. That's his name. That's what we call him.
Yeah.
He has kids there. He's been living there, and I'm asking him about the females, and he was like, "That's the best decision he made was to date girls down there."
Right.
He said they don't bring He said the Brazilian. He can't speak for other countries like that. He said, but he said for Brazilian girls, they don't bring the drama like that.
Right. Yeah. Excellent point, man. Excellent point. Not the pushback, not the modern tactics.
No, none of that. None of that.
You said, "Nah, you knew what I meant." No, actually, I didn't, man. I might have missed that because I thought that you was talking about one person in a specific. My fault. My fault. Obi-Wan. Shout out to you, Jennifer Vickers, man. She says, good point.
So, yeah, I know who she is.
Nothing tried, nothing done.
That's indeed.
Yes, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Pablo Camino says, finance, safety, and fear. Yep. Yep. Yes. Fear of the unknown. That is a fact. Fear of the unknown, man. Okay. Here we go. Brazil, here I come, 2023. And all right, so definitely make sure you guys subscribe to In the Streets with Keith. That's the link for his channel. Man, good brother, has great topics. Man, I appreciate that, brother. Hey, Keith, man, I gotta get you on my channel soon, man. We gonna make that happen, man. But yeah, so I wanna leave it here and you know, and Philly, just give your final thoughts on why you think people should travel. And then what's next on your page, you know, for your channel, man, and any places that you're planning on going in the future?
I would tell everybody, man, take a chance in life. You only live once. You only live once. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a practice. Take the opportunity, explore the unknown, go somewhere that you've never been before. Don't worry about if you can't speak the language. Don't worry if you might not like the food. Don't worry about the safety issue like that. And this day and time is the best time to travel because you can call guys like me and King that travel, and we can give you intel on the different countries and the different places. So you're not really going there blind. So you know what to expect when you get there. Back in the day, people didn't have what they have now. They had to really figure it out. So if you want to travel, right now is the best time to be traveling, because you have a lot of YouTubers out there that know the lay of the land. And what else did you ask me?
I asked you what's next for your channel.
I want to go to Africa, man. That's really on my heart, man. Like at the end of the day, you know, I really want to go to Africa. That'll be big. That'll be big for me to step to the continent of Africa and travel to many countries there as possible. That's where I want to go. I see a lot of YouTubers go Europe and other places, but Africa is that will really, you know, touch my heart, man, to go to Africa and be able to sit there. And I want to go there and sit there like I sat in Haiti and the Dominican Republic. I want to sit there for like months and months and really soak up the countries, the different countries, and really understand the vibe and everything that's going on there.
Absolutely, man. And just let the people know how they can get in touch with you, brother.
You can reach me at my Instagram is the fastest way to reach me at IM_Philly Dom. Facebook is Philly Dom. Also, you can leave a comment on my YouTube page. I'll get back to you. But Instagram, IM_Philly Dom. You can reach me there. I respond to people messages and everything, and I go back and forth with them. So reach out to me if you got any comments, anything you want to know, if you want to help me with my content in any kind of way, or any ideas to do videos, I'll appreciate it.
All right, perfect. One last question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Should you book first class to what's the airport? GIG.
GIG. Are you talking about the one in Brazil?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta. What is that airport code?
I don't know the exact name of the airport, but I wouldn't go first class. You want to save your money while you're here, but it's a long flight from the States. You know what I mean? It's like it's going. You know, it's like 7, 8, 10 hours.
Oh, that's Rio. He's talking about Rio de Janeiro.
Okay. So what do you say? Should you book a first class ticket there? It depends on your money too. If you're a baller and you got it, do it. But I mean, I would save the money for the hotel, the Airbnb, or wherever you staying at. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man.
But I know some people want to be comfortable on the plane because it is a nice little ride. It's not like, 1 or 2 hours. So it does make sense to make sure you're comfortable if you got the money. I'm
Absolutely,
happy that you
man.
had on here. I'm happy that you had me. I said I'm happy that you had me on the live. I appreciate it.
Oh man, it's been great, man. It has been great, man. Man, Philly, I just want to shout out to you, man. I appreciate you taking the opportunity to be a guest on my channel. You approaching 60K subs and you dropping content daily, man. And you are just, man, you just don't stop, man. The content is daily, man. And you inspire me to keep it going, man. Keep pushing, man. Keep grinding, man. So yeah. I appreciate that. And take a risk. When you travel, take a risk. No matter what you do in this world, every day you're taking a risk, man. If you drive to work every day, you're taking a risk, So get your passport. Life is short. People are dropping like flies, man. So if you have an opportunity to enjoy your life, do it, man, and continue to do it and continue to be prosperous and enjoy yourself, man. Stay purposeful. I appreciate everyone that came in. Shout out to Philly. Shout out to everyone in the comments, the chat. I'm out of here, man. Salute.